Shadows asleep amidst the trees. Bats all are swaying in the breeze. But when the soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags and wraiths. For your dolly Polly sleep has flown, don't dare let her tremble alone. For the wheelchair, heartless cold, paid in coin of gold. He comes, he'll go, leave naught behind but heartache and woe. Deep, deep wound. It's all silent more than night. Cows turned in as daylight dies. But when soullight anxious wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags and wraiths, my dear Dolly.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Haunted Connection show. We're bringing this to you from the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre in Hinckley, Leicester, and we are sponsored by Sims Vintage Antiques in Wootton Warren near Stratford. So big welcome to everybody. Tonight we have got a big announcement, and Neil is we're all really excited. So Neil's going to kick it off and start with the news.
Okay, let's start. It's a bit weird starting at 8 o'clock though, isn't it?
It is. It is.
We always used to start at 8 o'clock, and then when I went to work, we changed it to 9 o'clock. It's gone back to 8 o'clock. So, okay, yeah. The big announcement. The big announcement is HAPRC is expanding again. So we are getting even bigger. Lots of people are saying hello. So hello, everyone. I'm not going to read out everybody's names because you know who you are. Yeah, we are expanding. If you've been to the centre, you've probably noticed that the old Coventry Building Society, which is on the ground floor, has been empty for about over 2 years. We are taking that on. So we're expanding down to there.
So we will actually have the whole building.
The whole building will be ours to do with it what we want.
Yeah. So as usual, people, if you've got any comments, any questions, put them all in the comments and we will do our best to answer them for you. So yeah, if you've got any questions about the plans, the new expansion, then let us know.
Yeah, we're going to tell you a little bit about what we're planning on doing. Okay, the downstairs is going to be the shop and tea room, base room for the teams, and that's where the office is going to be as well. Lots of people are saying, brilliant, well done, fantastic. Pamela says, oh, no, wrong one. Hi, Nori. Pamela says, we will help you move.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Then Sarah says, so what are you going to do with it? Okay, let us tell you. The downstairs ground floor is going to be a bigger shop than we've got now. We're going to have over 30 cabinets. Von says she's missed the news. Okay, we'll tell you again, Von. We are expanding the centre. We're going to actually have the whole building. So the new area is going to be the shop and the team base room. And it's going to be the office as well. Okay, someone, let me put this comment. I don't know who you are. Facebook user says, when will the new part of the building be open to investigate? Okay, we'll come to that one. Okay, then. what we're going to do with the other rooms, because we're going to have more rooms upstairs available for teams to investigate. So you jump in with that one then, Jane.
I've just put my lippy on.
Now put your lippy on.
Sorry, so what you were saying, which rooms?
What's the old office going to be?
Oh, right. So the old office is going to be a new seance room, and it's going to be pretty amazing. So it's going to be a little bit bigger. The old seance room is going to be the attic. It's going to be called the attic room.
Yep. It's a bit of a test for you now, isn't it? See if you can remember.
Yeah. See if I was listening last night. So the new occult, the occult room will still sort of stay the occult room, and that will focus more on sort of the African tribal stuff and sort of the dark, sort of black magic. The Chamber of Fear will stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
In the old toilet, if you've been in there before, it is there's a cupboard as such, you know, there's a sink in there, and there's a thing, and that is going to be more like a space sort of astral room. So quite excited about that. So there's all these new areas that you're going to get to investigate. The doll room is sort of staying as the doll room, I think. Yeah. The war room will stay as the war room. Downstairs, the tea room that is now, where the cabinets and the tables are now, that is going to become a medieval room, because the building is very much associated with that, and that room will be focusing more on the room rather than what's in it, because of the old beams in there, the character of the building. So that will be the medieval room. The kitchen that is there now, the little kitchen that's on the back there of the current tea room, that is going to be that was going to be knocked through, so that you will actually be able to go through there into the shop downstairs. And then the entrance that we have now, where you actually go in now, and you go in that little foyer, and then you go up the stairs, that is going to become a new area too, because that won't be the access anymore. Your access will be in through the main shop. So that little area is going to become our fairy porch. So that is going to be an area dedicated to the Fae. So you'll be able to investigate that and invite the Fae and work with them too. So there's lots of new areas. We're all so excited that we're going to be able to you know, work in these rooms and do more, and just get more and more activity.
I actually worked out we're going to have about 14 areas for teams to investigate when we're open, if you include the new shop as well. Let's read some comments out. Von says, oh my, that's fantastic news. Karen says, need help with the painting again. That's coming, Karen. Of course. Peter says, hello everybody, it's Peter Lake. Do you like any help moving at all with furniture? I've got a Luton van.
Oh wow, well volunteered, Peter.
Possibly. Sarah says, so with the shop downstairs, are you going to allow passers-by to pop in? Yes, they will be allowed to come into the shop, but if they want a tour of the haunted bit, i.e. upstairs in the other rooms, they have to book a tour. We're going to do proper tours, organised tours as well. But we'll get on to what new stuff we're going to be doing in a minute. Okay.
So just on the back of that, the shop itself is going to be open 6 days a week, isn't it?
It will be, yes.
Where at the moment we're only open on Saturdays, it's going to be open 6 days a week.
It is. Facebook user, I don't know who it is, sorry. It's going to look more amazing than it already does.
Yeah.
You wait to see the rooms. Plus, that sounds good. Wild Bill says, greetings all. Annette says, oh, it sounds very interesting. Vaughn says, wow, sounds fantastic. Lots of people. Anne says, sounds fantastic. Okay, this is an interesting one. Sarah says, so will this be all ready for my investigation on the 2nd of October still? Okay. The way it's going, we will be having a grand opening on the 2nd of October in the daytime. We're hoping, well, Paul Stevenson from the Haunted Magazine and Haunted Live, he's getting in touch with some kind of paranormal celebrities or well-known people in the field to come in the daytime. So yes, Sarah, you will be the first team to investigate the new areas, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Terry says you're going to be, I think it means busy. Yes, we're going to be busy next couple of weeks. Anne says, oh, brilliant, love the Fae. John says, sounds great, looking forward to it. Vaughn says, can I share this post? Of course you can, if you want to share it.
Share.
Sharing is caring. Pamela says, are you going to try and move the mirror? No, the mirror is going to stay in the old sounds room, which is going to be called the attic. So that room is going to be more focused around the big mirror. Okay, I've missed.
There will be some things that we won't move. Some things will stay where they are, but we will be having a sort of a bit of a jiggle around just to sort of shake them up a bit. You
gotta shake them up a bit. Liz says, Mr. Star, when? Okay, the grand opening will be on Saturday the 2nd of October in the daytime. So obviously anyone wants to come up on Saturday the 2nd of October in the daytime, you're obviously more than welcome. If you're an investigator or you're watching this, you're our friends, you will be able to be shown around the new areas on that Saturday. Obviously, we've got the team already booked in anyway for that night. Vicky says, can't wait to get stuck into the new areas. Victoria says, oh, sounds great. Vaughn says, gives a job. Facebook user, sorry, I don't know who you are. Neil and Jane, what did I miss? Well, the big announcement is that HAPRC is expanding. We are going to have the whole building, including the old Coventry Building Society, which is on the floor. So that will give us a presence on the street level as well, which is something we've been lacking, hasn't it, Jane?
Yeah. And Bloss will be able to come in and have a cup of tea without struggling
up. She can come in without no stairs. Julie just whispered something to me.
Yeah, just said no stairs for Bloss.
Julie just said no stairs for Bloss. Sarah says, Neil and Jane, so pleased you guys. HAPRC is expanding and it's all down to you guys. Pamela says, way, hey. Sarah says, yay, excited. So many comments, it's great. Terry says, wow, sounds good. While Bill says, sounds like you're growing, congrats.
Yeah.
Liz says, I'll have to come back after my first ever visit, which is on Friday. Yes, you will, Liz. Okay, Pamela says, well, will that make it more active? What do you think to that one, Jane?
I mean, it's already really active anyway. We're open with these new areas. We can actually bring more in, give people more to sort of work at, particularly with the fairy porch and with the medieval room. I think it will help sort of define some of the work that some of the teams want to do.
Yeah, and also we once we got the new areas, we will be starting a brand new experiment. We're not going to tell anybody what it is. So if these experiments, obviously Jane knows, these experiments will bring in more spirits to the building as well, if they work. Tammy says hello from sunny California. Lucky you,
Tammy. Hello, Tammy.
It's freezing here today. When you have changed around the centre before, does it increase the activity? Yes, it did, didn't it, Jane?
I mean, it's already really busy anyway, but it does because we we're continually inviting spirits in, and we are getting spirits from all. I feel that we get spirits from up and down the street anyway. That whole row of the buildings is haunted. Hinckley is a very haunted place. If you think it's the town was first established in the 1100s, and Hinckley Market's been going since the 1350s. So you've got about 800 years of history there, right where we are.
Yeah.
At some point over those 800 years, there's been a building on that site all that time where people have lived and died and worked. So,
yeah,
bringing them in is fairly easy.
Yeah, I think this expansion is a credit to all the team. It's not just down to me and Julie, it's all the team, and to all you guys. You keep coming back week after week to investigate, because after the lockdown, quite a few places aren't the same, are they? Some are closing because they've not managed, but there we are expanding. Okay, more comments. Anne says, I think she means like Yvonne, would be my dream job working there too. Bloss says, what are you doing with Hannah? Anna's going to be staying in the doll's room where she is now. She's not going in my
far away
office.
from Neil as possible.
She's not going in my office. John says, you will be nicely settled in by the 9th of October for our booking then. Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Bloss says, great, no stairs. Nori says, you will have to do a virtual tour. Yes, we will. Once everything's ready, we will do a virtual tour again, and we'll explain some of the things. Pete says, is the other side of the building as haunted? Yes, it is, Pete, because the lights, the new excuse me, the new areas are the ground floor, and then just above that joins backs onto our kitchen now. The lights are on a sensor, and quite a few nights we've seen shadows moving in that area, and the lights coming on. So it is as active, and of course, when we get there, it'll be even more active. Noreen says to show off the new rooms. Yes, we will. Sarah says we'll soon find out, Pete. And Terry says we sure will. Sarah says, Neil, will the new cameras be connected to the new rooms eventually? Yes, all the CCTV cameras will be connected, and they will be streaming live as soon as we've got everything sorted that we've got to do now. Luke is going to come in and get the cameras connected and working properly.
Yeah, we want to make sure we can capture everything, because those cameras are so important. We want to capture the mirror smashing, would we, without those cameras? No. And Mouse Man and all the other things that we've captured.
Yeah. One says, I wish I lived near, we'll be there all the time. Thank you, One. Biff says, whatever help you need, me and Mrs. Biff up for helping out whenever we can. Just let us know. Thanks. Because I'm not actually working now, I think we can get most of the work done in the daytime. Obviously, when we've done all the painting and the cosmetic work, we possibly will ask for help taking the cabinets down and setting the cabinets up as before, because each cabinet's 2 people, so it's a long process. John says more doors to sign. Yeah. Sarah says, me too, Vaughn. Toe says, can we sleep in the new areas? Yes, of course. If you've got an overnight investigation, you can sleep where you want. AJ said, is there a bed and breakfast down your street? Myself and Vaughn are coming next year to an event rather than stay further away. You can always sleep at the centre, AJ. That's always a possibility. But yes, there are bed and breakfasts in town.
Yeah, there's a Premier Inn just down the road.
Yeah.
That's not too far away. Maybe they don't want to sleep in the centre.
Bloss says, when my potassium is sorted, I will be there. Thanks, Bloss.
Oh.
Yeah. Amanda says, any news on the ornament I brought in with Chinese idol? I just wondered if you tell me more about it. Thanks. Jane is actually going to work on it Monday. Jane, you were going to do it last night, but because we're not coming down till next week, it'll be Monday. But we definitely will do it next week, Amanda.
And I'll write everything down about it, and when we come over, we'll sort of see if we can tie it all in.
Sarah said you can stay all night and camp out at the centre, AJ. Then Vaughn says, I've got a hotel for us to book. Okay. So many comments tonight, it's great. Biff says 2 people for a cabinet. That's me, myself, and so that's 3. Yeah. Biff was carrying them by himself last time.
Yes, when all the cabinets are in place, we'd say there's over 30 cabinets going to be in there, and it's all going to be sort of crafted stuff, spooky stuff. It's going to be amazing. It really is going to be a one-stop shop for all your paranormal needs, really.
Yeah. So while there's no more comments yet, Jane. So let's talk a bit about what we're going to do. You are very excited about the Fae room, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you are in charge of that one. You've got to sort that one out, haven't you? Because I don't know what they want.
Yeah, we'll be sorting that little area out. Amy's going to help me. We'll be sorting.
So have you been talking to them in your travels?
Yeah, I've got a rough idea what we want and what we're going to do. So yeah.
Oh, Facebook use. I know it is. It's Rick. Hello, both from me and Lewis in Nuneaton. They're still at work.
Oh.
Working hard by the looks of it. It should be finished now. So yeah, the medieval room is going to be slightly different, isn't it, to the rest of the rooms, because it's going to be more focused on the building.
Yes.
Than the items, really.
Yeah, so that's where all the witches stuff will move to, sort of incorporating the things like the witch trials and everything else like that around the 16th century, 17th century, and move, we're going to be sort of focusing all the witch stuff in there, and also the story of Richard Smith, who I'm sure some of our followers are aware and know about. The bleeding headstone in Hinckley is quite famous.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The headstone itself doesn't bleed. It was underneath the church where the red oxide used to drip on it, but they call it the bleeding headstone. And he was actually killed by a soldier with a halberd right outside our building. So he has been a visitor to the centre. So we want to sort of make a little area for him.
Yeah. Okay. Sarah says, I think you need to get a bed settee for Ames in the office for when she stays all night with us. Bless her. Amy's already bagged her area for when she sleeps. And it's the area. It's the one of the areas we see all the shadows. She must be mad. AJ says, suits me, Vaughn. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Other things that we're doing, we're opening on the 2nd of October. So if you are anywhere around Hinckley in the daytime, please pop in. We are hoping to get some famous people from the field in. I've left that to Paul Stevenson from the Haunted magazine. He's contacted them, sending out some invitations. You are all invited. Obviously, it's Sarah's team investigating at night, so lucky them. So I'm actually
it was
pleased.
obviously meant to be.
I'm pleased it's a team coming in. John says, Ames mad. Have you only just worked that one out? We've known it for a long time, really. Sarah says, I'll be up during the day on the 2nd. Pamela says, yeah, you can't wait. Okay, so when we got everything ready, which will probably be on the 1st of October, because we haven't got that much time to do it, we will do a virtual tour so everyone can see all the areas and everything that we've done. The following Wednesday, I think it's October the 6th, there's going to be a special live feed from the centre. It's going to be the Haunted Live guys and us joined together for the first time, and we're going to live feed from all the different areas from the centre. So that's going to be good fun working with them guys. So we might split up into 2 groups for that one as well. I think we'll leave you with Jason though, Jane.
Yeah.
Diane says, I'm up on the 8th for the GHT crew night. Anne says, look forward to that. Okay then, some of the things we're planning on doing, because we're going to have more room, in the new shop area, we're going to be able to have guest speaker nights. So we're going to start doing that, having people come and do a talk on whatever. Could be UFOs, could be particular locations, could be anything. So they will start to be announced very soon, hopefully. We are going to start doing the movie and seance night, and that starts on the 7th because Biff's already booked on one. So
on the 7th of October.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to put it in my diary then.
You can't have any more holiday, can you?
I just need to put it in my diary.
It's going to be a busy week, that. Okay, so we're going to do the film nights. Also, throughout the weeks, we are going to be doing candlelit ghost tours of the centre, because some people might want to look around in candlelight but not investigate. So we're going to do candlelit tours. So I'm looking forward to them. They're going to be different.
Yeah.
They won't be investigations. They'll just be like a tour. A bit similar to what we do now, but in candlelight. What else we got to do, Jane? We're going to be... What about, we're going to do psychic fish and chip suppers?
Yeah.
Eventually.
We'll be doing those,
we will be doing... Because lots of teams have had the enjoyment of investigating the centre. We don't get time to investigate enough ourselves. So each week, possibly on a Sunday afternoon, we are going to investigate the centre, a room per week, I'm going to invite one of the HAPRC members to join us each week. That will be recorded and brought out as a series of videos. So that's going to be good. And possibly Saturday afternoons, once the shop's shut, we will be doing the haunted objects of the centre. And again, invite one member to join us. They will last about 3 hours, so just a room per week.
We've also got plans, haven't we, for new live feeds going out, sort of on location to bring those.
We are going to go out on location as well. That we've been planning 3 years now, Jane.
Yeah, it's only 3 years. We'll get there eventually.
Okay, more comments coming in, which is good. Terry says, you don't have time to work, Neil. No, I don't. It's a good job I finished last week. Terry said, do you still manage to investigate the Guildhall, Neil? Do you mean the Leicester Guildhall? I don't know which one you mean, Terry. Anne says, do you have to be physically visualise the fish and chip supper then?
Psychically visualise.
Now, what it is, if anyone's been on a psychic supper, now you have different tables and you have different mediums or tarot readers or whatever they work with, whether it's ribbons or people do different things. That's the sort of thing we do. But because we're not going to be allowed to do our own food, we will bring in the fish and chips or whatever you want. Okay, so you'll have something to eat. You'll sit at your table. Perhaps you'll have a medium come to you, and then after a bell, you'll have someone to do tarot readings. So that's what we're planning. Right, Vaughn says, will we be able to view the haunted objects investigations live? You'll be able to view some of them live, but some will be recorded. Because we want to try different things with the items as well, and like we want to try different techniques in the rooms. So we can't stream live for 3 hours, but we want to allow ourselves about 3 hours. Now, if we get loads of activity, for example, on a Ouija board in a room, and it's the Ouija session lasts 3 hours, we will film all that. That's what we're going to do, and then perhaps another week we'll go into that room again and try a different technique. Gemma says, "Wow, is this live now?" Yes, we're live now, Gemma. Diane says, fantastic nights. Bloss says she don't like chips. Well, you can just have fish then, Bloss.
And a sandwich. Fish sandwich.
Yeah, we'll give you a jam sarnie.
You can dip it in your mushy peas.
Gemma says, thank you for replying. Ron says, sounds great. Okay, Jane, we've actually, the centre's actually been open 3.5 years.
Yeah.
I know we talked about this last night, didn't we? Did you imagine that first night that we went up, just after I got the keys, did you ever imagine that place could turn into what it has?
No, never. I never, you could, I mean, me personally, when I went up there, we were in the team, you could feel the amount of spirit and the amount of energy up there. You could, you could really sense all the activity and all the different spirits that were there. But it has grown and built since then. And that first night we went in, I never thought 3 years down the road, 3.5 years down the road, that we would be doing what we're doing.
It's quite amazing, really, isn't it?
But it has been an amazing journey.
Yeah, it really has. Okay, Val says, thanks for watching, Val. Val says, hi. Hoping to get to the centre very soon. John says, Stotty and chips, Bloss. Stotties is Amy's favourite, isn't it? Sarah says, if you want to do any lives with us on the second, Neil, we'll be up for it, okay? Okay, thanks, Sarah. Gemma says, where are you? We are in Hinckley in South Leicestershire. It's about 13 miles from Leicester. Ron says, I'm so pleased for you all at the centre. You really deserve the success. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Ron.
Gemma says, my first time here. Well, I hope you
welcome,
enjoy I hope you enjoy our little nutty chat. we normally have a particular subject and we just talk about that and then go off on a tangent, don't we?
Yeah.
But we just got exciting news tonight, so we've actually broke it. Jane's been teasing people for weeks. Bloss says that's fine. She loves the fish. David says yes, agrees. Sarah, I think that's about doing live feeds on the 2nd. AJ says, I think it's really going to take off. Good luck to you all. You deserve it. Thanks, AJ. And Von says, welcome, Gemma. So let's be honest, Jane. 3.5 years ago, where do you think we were going to go?
I don't know really, because, you know, at the time when you took it on, you know, you knew it was a bit of a gamble. You didn't know if it was going to work. You know, we had a lot of people that were sort of saying, oh, you know, waste of time, waste of money. It'll never be any good. You know, you'll never do well, you know, just sorting out haunted items and stuff like that. And it's nice that 3.5 years later that we are still here. We are still working with these items. And, you know, we're expanding, and, you know, it's all those people that sort of said that. It's, you know, it would be nice if they came along and actually shared in our success.
Something that annoys me, though, some of those doubters have never even been, and they still say it doesn't work, and they've never been. So, sorry, but they haven't got an opinion.
But it has been, you know, it is really nice to know that the centre is just going from strength to strength. And, you know, even through lockdown, there's a lot of premises that haven't survived lockdown. And, you know, we didn't sit back and, you know, just do nothing, did we? You know, we did more and more research. We did more and more stuff. You kept the centre going with Amy and Ant doing different live feeds. And you know, it has been, even though we've had lockdown, it has been a real time to build on the knowledge and the information and everything else ready for when we came out of lockdown.
Yeah, last year and the year before was really hard. Last year was really hard for us because you were out of the equation as well, weren't you, Jane, with your illness? So it was hard for us to keep going because you are such an important part. You're such an important cog in that wheel.
Yeah, and I did, you know, we sort of kept it going as well as we could with what we had. And, you know, it's paid off, hasn't it? We you know, we still kept doing the live feeds. We still kept trying to do as much as we could to help people, you know, that were experiencing things in their homes and stuff like that. So it's been a real learning curve, and we haven't. It's not been wasted time sitting at home.
No, you've read so many books, haven't you?
Just a few.
Okay, Gemma says, okay, thank you. I know. I am from Northamptonshire. I met first time online on here tonight. Yeah, Northampton's not too far from us. Pamela says, so am I. She's in Brixworth. And so it only takes her 45 minutes to get here from where she lives. Okay, here's one for you, Jane. I don't believe a good spirit could haunt you.
Well, it depends how you define sort of haunting, really. If you've got a good spirit that's around you, that's probably a family member and stuff, and you're going through a difficult time, they could be with you all the time. I mean, you probably could class that as a haunting. You know, it's, if they're there to help you and help you heal and everything else, then that's not a bad thing. It just depends how you look at it, really, and how you work with spirit and how you work with the spirit world and how you look at you know, spirits around you.
Yeah. Okay. Anne says, Haunt Antique Centre is my favourite place of all time. Well done to everyone. You deserve the success. Thanks, Anne. Biff says, I miss the mirror behind Jane. Can we have it back, please?
He's in the hallway at the minute. Oh, yeah, I've got the grandkids there instead.
Gemma says, I died last 2019 for 4 minutes. Called me scary, but seen my dad and now see loads of people. Yeah,
A lot
that's
of people
interesting.
say that, don't they? When they have a near-death experience or they have a death experience, that they come back and it sort of opens up so much. It seems to open up the links even more.
Yeah. Sarah says, yes, you did a lot of reading, Jane.
Yeah, and I still do. I still do. You know, it's an ongoing thing for us to help us with the centre, and plus I want to find out myself anyway. You know, my whole you know, the whole thing that drives me is finding the truth in all these things.
And I'll say the same joke I've said for ages now. Look, I gave Jane a year's holiday, so she had to. Jane, it's a good job people know I'm joking. So she had to read the mega books.
He's hid all the holiday forms now, though.
Yeah, and they still have holidays. Bloss says, been there from the start. Bloss says, been there from the start, loved it. You can't get rid of me now. And we don't want to get rid of you, Bloss. We miss you. Hopefully you'll get better very soon. Gemma says, and I believe in you too. I feel you are true. Thank you, Gemma. We are true. We are very true. Jane only says what she sees. She doesn't elaborate on things. If we're just straight down the line, and we're never gonna deviate from that. Von's upset me now. Pay rise. I'm not even going to skip by that comment.
You'll make him go faint.
Pamela says you kept us all going during lockdown. Thank you. And Gemma says, oh, I've missed it. I died last 2019 due to an accident after losing my dad in 2015.
Oh.
Sarah says, I would not have survived lockdown without you guys. Oh, thank you, Sarah.
And it does work both ways as well. You know, I used to really look forward to doing the live feeds, to actually having that connection with people, to having that connection with the outside world, and just to keep it going. It was I know from my own personal experience, it was a lifeline for me as well. And I just want to thank all you guys for that, for watching and keep supporting the show, because, you know, it helped us as much as it helped you.
Yeah. Gemma says, you two are talking real and in a good way. Thank you, Gemma.
Thank you, Gemma.
And she said, thank you for reading this. Wendy says, hi, sorry I'm late. That's okay. You can watch it on catch up. You've obviously missed the news then, Wendy. The big news is we are expanding and we are taking over the whole building. I've worked it out, and there's going to be about 14 different areas for teams to investigate from October. Gemma says a year's holiday. Yeah, Jane was poorly for a year, so we just joked that she had a year's holiday. You basically had to sit in your house for a year, didn't you, Jane?
I did, in lockdown and isolation. Yeah.
I feel this and believe it's true. Thank you. Sarah says, and Jane draws what she sees too. Yes, she does. Jane always draws things. And actually, when we do
an interesting one last night.
I was just going to say, we did the podcast last night, and when we were playing some music, Jane was drawing away. And I says, what are you drawing? She says, I've just seen him in the tea room. And it's not what you'd expect. Stefan says, what's the app called? Well done, Stefan. The app, we do have our own app, which is just simply called HAPRC. It is available on iOS and Android. It's $3.99 to download, but that's a one-off payment. Eventually, everything we do is going to be on the app and the website. So, and the way you book onto any of our events is through the app. The way you talk to us is through the app. It's really good, isn't it, Jane?
Yeah, and there's no adverts.
No adverts. I like watching a lot of YouTube videos, but I don't like paying for Premiere, so I have to sit through all the adverts, and it does my head in. John says, no paranormal drama with you two. Thanks for keeping it real. Thanks, John. And we always will do.
Yeah, we can't be doing with that.
Wendy says about she sees her dad when he died. Wendy says, woo, the bat is expanding. Von says, I can't believe it's been almost 3.5 years since you started. I have been with you from nearly the beginning and still not been. I must be the only member that hasn't been. You probably aren't. You're probably not, Von, because we've got members in America who've not been. We are going to, the newbies who are watching first time tonight, we do have a membership scheme as well. And we haven't done a lot lately for the members because, as you can imagine, we've been really busy trying to get things ready for the expansion. But we will be starting to do more exclusive things for the members, and members will get to see things before everybody else and that sort of thing. Okay, Gemma says, seriously, do you see people or feel they are there? That's for you, Jane. You're the medium.
Yeah, I do see them. How I generally work is I send my energy out. Once my energy connects with their energy, I can then see them. Also talk to them. You know, I can hear spirit, see spirit, feel spirit. It's been amazing working at the centre because it's just meant that, you know, it's as a medium, it just means that we've developed so much in the last 3 years. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, and also it's because we've got the centre. It's going to give you the opportunity to do these new experiments as well, isn't it?
Yes.
You wouldn't be able to do them anywhere else. So we're not going to say what they are because other people do copy us. So, but when you come and once we start, we will start telling people what we are doing, perhaps. Okay, Sarah says, Von, you will love it when you get there. I think I started following Neil when he started his carport. Wow. That seems a lifetime ago now.
Yeah.
Started doing the live feeds from the carport. Bloss says, must get Benji up to see you soon. He says, I'm an alien.
Yeah, bring him up. We'll see if we can see any more. See if we can see any more aliens.
I wonder. Terry says, I followed Neil when we were young investigators. I don't think I was ever a young investigator. To be honest, I got into the paranormal at a later age. You know, when you talk to Amy and she's been investigating 20 years, I haven't. No, I think we started with Two Haunted perhaps 8 years ago. 7 or 8,
Getting on
8,
that, isn't it?
8
Yeah.
to 9 years perhaps. And that's when I started into this crazy field. Okay, Gemma says, do you see my dad? He brought me back serious. I've seen him after I died and come back, and a big thank you to my dad.
No, I don't see him.
No, you have to get into the energy, don't you, Jane?
Yeah.
Sarah says, oh, sweet Terry. Von says, are the carport lives on YouTube? That's an interesting one. No, they're not at the minute, but I can put them on. Are they
on the app? You're going to put them on the app?
I can put them on the app. I do still have them all. So yeah, I can start putting them on. When we get the shop open and I have time, because there's going to be at least me and Julie working in the shop, I'll have some time. I can start putting them on. Some are really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
And Bloss says, were you ever young? No, I don't think we were we, Bloss? So, any more comments? Anything you'd like to add to our exciting news, Jane?
Well, it's from when you first said it. I mean, I know it's only a little while ago, but it seems to have gone so quick. We've sort of come out of lockdown, and we did this. You know, we thought it'd be a good team building thing to go on this archaeological walk around Hinckley, this medieval walk. With the society, and they took us around Hinckley, and it was only when we were coming back from there that Neil looked in the shop and he said, shall we take this on? And we all went, what? And it doesn't seem that long ago, and it's just been like a massive leap forward, but it's so exciting, and it just seems so natural to just do it. It just seems like the natural progression, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that shop's been empty for 2 years, and it's almost like it was waiting for you till the time was right for you to have it.
And to be honest, when I said, shall we take this on, I really thought Julie would say, no, it'd be too expensive. But Julie was well up for it. She's so excited now. So
yeah,
would be right. Mon says they would be really good to see. Yeah, I think you'd enjoy them actually. Gemma says, I think he will show you now as he has strong spirit and will always be as she's seen him. John says, free the carport lives. We all want to see how it started. Yeah, I'm going to watch the first one first. Because
I think there was a few at Sims as well, wasn't there? Didn't you do a few early ones at Sims?
Yeah, there are 2 episodes that we recorded at Sims Finch Antique Centre. This is before Jane came back to me. So I had a different medium then too. So they are on YouTube. I will put the link up to them, and I will start showing the old live feeds. And you'll think, oh blimey, changed a bit. Sarah says, the war room is my favourite room. Are there any plans to expand this? We did think about that because war items are easier to come across than some of the other items. So possibly in the future. We'll see. But
there's still plenty of room yet in the war room.
Yeah. Bloss says, bet you really miss her insulting me. We do, seriously, Bloss, we do miss you, and I can't wait till you come back. Minus the stick.
Yeah, it's going to be confiscated at the door.
Sarah says, do the people in the village, Hinckley's actually a town, Terry, do the people in town come in and tell you things that happen in their premises? Some have, yes.
Quite a few have, haven't they? Because we've been around their houses and helped them sort things out. Over the last 3 years, we've done quite a few home visits where people have come in and told us about stuff going on in their houses, and we've been around and helped them with that.
Yeah. Gemma says, go to say good night. Fawsley is the place I tried. Please believe me, do Fawsley. Okay, I'll have to see why that place is, Gemma. Sarah says, be brilliant to expand this place. Is one of my top 3 now. Well, why is it not number 1? No. Just joking. And then Gemma says, please do. So I'll have a look at this place and see what we can find out about it. So that hour's gone really quick again.
It has.
So like I say, if anyone is around on October the 2nd in the daytime, pop in and say hello. It's going to be a fantastic day. We're going to have lots of people there. The shop will be open. So bring lots of money.
Yeah, and your credit cards.
Credit cards. Okay, you answer this one first, Jane, then I will. John says you just want to climb the Higgy Pop charts.
Absolutely. We're number 6 already. We do want to be number 1.
Yeah. However, we keep saying it's difficult to say that one location is more haunted than the next. How, we always say, how do you quantify it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Bloss says my great granddad had a shop in King Street, not far from you.
Oh, what number? What number? Because I had a little shop in King Street as well a few years ago. I'd be amazed if it was the same shop.
That'd be a bit strange, wouldn't it?
I think we had number 9.
Jem says, I will be, and definitely as I read people. And then she says, she always has. That's interesting. Thanks for joining us. So, any final words, Jane?
No, I just think it's just amazing that we've sort of that you've actually hopefully got the keys soon, and we're all going to get started, and everybody's going to come in and enjoy it, and we're just going to push the boundaries even more in the paranormal, and we're going to do more and more, and just bring in more spirit, and hopefully everybody's going to experience some activity when they come and investigate. So it's going to be amazing.
And the main thing when you come to the centre is have fun.
Yes.
Don't sit in the corner talking to yourself. Have fun.
Yeah, put your phones down. Just engage.
Sarah says we'll see you on the 2nd. Bloss says where a hole in the wall is. Is that near?
Oh, right, so a little bit further on then. Yeah, cool.
John says see you on the 9th, if not before. Certainly will. Gemma says you are the strong one, Jane. But worry. Sarah says so bolder signage out in the front would be good. Yes, we got someone working on the signs above the new shop. So after October the 2nd, if you're coming to Investigative Centre, don't try and come through the old door because it'll be locked. You have to come through the shop, which is the other side of the alley. Pamela says, I will see you on the 2nd. Exciting times. Good night and thank you.
Oh, bless.
Bloss says, sounds fantastic. So they are. The secret's out. And I've done well not to tell everybody. I've normally got a big mouth and I just can't wait to tell people. I can't keep secrets. Well, Julie will back that one. I can't keep secrets.
There's no secret filter.
No,
it all comes out.
We are all straight down the line. You'll get no drama from us, and that's how we will always be. And that's why the team is so good now.
Yeah,
I believe
all the people who are meant to be in it are in it.
It was meant to be. And also, if you're anywhere near Meriden this weekend, Julie and Jane are at the Witches and Pagan Festival.
Yes, we are.
All weekend.
Yeah, and we've got our stalls. Julie's got her stall, the Haunted Antiques Gifts and Crafts section. I've got my little Witches Workshop section, and we're going to have a wonderful time. So if you're going to that, pop by and say hello, and we'd love to see you.
Yeah, and again, spend some money. And they're all saying good night, and it's great news. I won't be at the centre this weekend either, so it looks like Amy's in charge this weekend.
Oh, bless her.
She'll be great. Of course, Ant will be there to try and keep control of her.
Oh, good luck with that one.
That's it for tonight, I think.
Yeah.
So I want to say thanks very much for watching, and thanks very much for all your support for the last 3.5 years. Because if you guys didn't come and investigate, we wouldn't be there anyway.
No.
No,
but it'll be lovely to see you all soon.
Yep. So we're going to say goodnight. Take care, and we'll have another topic to talk about next Tuesday. And we'll say bye.
Bye for now.